Welcome to our session today. We're going to be transforming money wobbles, money fears, what to do when money fears arise, when contraction comes up around money. This is absolutely normal, especially if you're running your own business, especially if you're in that kind of entrepreneurial space. It's completely normal to have challenges come up around money. Money is definitely something that we need to be looking at and working with. But you can use this session today for any area that you get contracted. I'm going to be focusing on money in particular. So what to do when you have a money freak out, a money wobble, money contraction. And first of all, to say it's completely normal, completely human to have fears, contraction, wobbles, concerns. And so we want to just first acknowledge that that's completely normal. And we want to hold those parts of yourself in love and care and safety so we can release the grip of fear. Because we all know what happens, right? When we go into fear and contraction, it completely affects everything. How you think, how you feel, and also how you act. And so we really ideally want to be moving out of taking action from fear rather than taking action from kind of this more abundant, wise, grounded, connected place. And I want to take you through a process of transforming that fear, that contraction, and connecting back into that abundant wisdom and tapping into that creative, generative part of yourself. That is a beautiful guide and leader through every challenge. And this is something I've been navigating through for many years. And this is how I navigate through challenge, through obstacles, through difficult times, which will arise, and to then go back into that wise, abundant part of yourself that can show you the way through. That doesn't mean that what comes through will be comfortable, because you may be guided to take certain action that may be out of your comfort zone, but it'll be showing you a way through. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to take you through a process of that, and then you can come back to this recording anytime this comes up for you. The first thing is to catch it when you notice you've gone into fear, when you've noticed you've gone into contraction, when you've noticed you've kind of gone into that kind of fight, flight, freeze mode, that trauma response kicks off. Very normal. I mean, for years, I was waking up every day with immense anxiety, particularly around money. And this is, one of the ways that I learned how to do this was finding a way through these challenging moments. Or it may be that, you've got money flowing into your life, into your business. Maybe you get an unexpected tax bill or some kind of unexpected event happens. And it's learning how to use these tools to navigate through those difficult and challenging times. So this is what we're going to do today. And the key is to remember to use this practice, right? When you go into the anxiety, into the contraction, into the fear, that you want to remember to come back to this practice. And that does take work. That does mean making a decision. That does mean creating some time and space to do this work. And it's one of the reasons why I, invite you into a daily practice or a practice that it's at least 4 times a week, so you don't get a build up, right? So that we're kind of keeping that flow going, going to that money gym, because when we stop going to the gym for weeks and weeks, those first few sessions could feel like quite hard work. Or if you're going all the time, you're getting, more fit, more healthy, and it's not so hard. So this is what we want to keep just remembering to come back to. So let's take a deep breath together into this moment. Fully receiving yourself where you are right here, right now. So we start with the breath. We start with the breath. We start with breathing. And as best as you can, moving into a place of, I would call, radical acceptance, of deeply accepting where you are right here, right now. And we just start to breathe and be with what is here. Breathe and be with what is here. And through that space of breathing and being and radical acceptance, what will happen over time is your whole nervous system will begin to relax if you give it enough time and space. It will begin to calm down when it feels safe. So we're bringing in that kind of wise leader, abundant part of yourself to come in and guide and soothe and support the part that's gone into a fear reaction. This is what we're moving towards. So we're going to breathe and be, I'm going to take you through a process, right? As if we are in that now. This contracted, fearful part of yourself will be here. You know, sometimes it's dormant. This part is dormant, and sometimes it gets really activated. So we're going to dive in and hold the part that may not be connected to abundance, may not feel powerful, may be in lack and scarcity and not enough. And we're going to hold that part today so that we can connect back into that powerful, generative part of you. So I'd like you to close your eyes if you haven't already, get nice and comfortable. You can sit up, you can lie down, you can move the body if that feels better for you. We can go into movement. You may also in your own time want to journal with what's coming up. It may be helpful to write it out. It might be helpful to walk it out, right? It's about you finding the right tool or practice to navigate and support yourself through the contraction, the money fears, the money wobbles that come up. And so listen to your way. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's music, maybe it's art. So really tuning into the moment about what you need to help navigate. The key is you are making a choice and making a decision to hold the fear, right? Bringing in that inner leader to hold and support you through the contraction or the challenge, whatever is appearing for you at this time. So we take a beautiful deep breath into the body, as we talked about already, radical acceptance of fully breathing and receiving yourself exactly where you are now. So we're bringing in, we are welcoming in this beautiful, soothing, healing energy that's here to hold you and love you, soothe you, reassure you. Yeah, sing a lullaby into your ear. Give you the love and support that you need. So we're starting to breathe in, breathe to receive. All you need to do is breathe into the body, and we're going to relax and release with the exhale. We're fully receiving yourself. We're fully honoring. We're fully acknowledging. We're not trying to get rid of anything. Not going yet into reassurance. We are just breathing and being with whatever is here for you now. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's contraction, maybe it's tension. Maybe it's manifesting in discomfort or pain in your body, your mind, your emotions. We're just going to breathe. And acknowledge, I hear you. And I fully be with you and how you're feeling in this moment. Let's breathe. We're allowing this part of you to feel whatever it's feeling, vulnerability. We're just breathing, holding, staying present with. And we are bringing in beautiful, beautiful energies to calm, to soothe your nervous system, to calm, soothe, balance the mind, balance the emotions, balance your whole energy system. And we're doing that simply by breathing, being present, staying present with this moment. Not forcing anything. And I like to call on this supportive energy to come in beneath you. So we usually hold these survival fears around the base chakra, around the perineum, the vagina, the hips, the legs. This is often where we hold these survival fears or trauma. And so we want to hold this part of you. So I'm seeing this beautiful energy coming up beneath you that's holding you, that's supporting you, that's got you. And this is a very important practice to learn how to receive. And it may take time for your nervous system, your energy system, your mind to allow this support in. That's why we keep practicing this. But for now, just see, feel, imagine, know. There's a beautiful energy. You can imagine it coming up from the earth beneath you. Support, holding. And if nothing else, you are here learning to hold and support this part of yourself that's got scared, frightened, anxious, stressed, overwhelmed, contracted in a reaction. So we're holding and breathing in these beautiful supportive energies up through the foundations of yourself, that base chakra, perineum. We're going to start breathing up through the body. We're going to start to receive into this part of you now. So just keep breathing up. This part of you can get very confused because this part of you does not know what it's like to be held and supported on this level. So it's almost like a foreign experience. And this is what we keep on practicing in this space. But we are starting to call in that consciousness of support, the foundations of support. They're going to hold you, support you, nurture you, look after you. And we're starting to breathe them up, down from beneath you and up into the body. And we're starting to teach your body, teach your nervous system that this support is here for you and that it is safe to receive. And we're starting to teach your body how to actually receive it in. So we're going to be very, very patient and just fully accept yourself where you are right here, right now. And we're starting to teach the body, show the body these foundations of support that are here. They're of deep resonance, deep connection. Very wise. Let's breathe. And as this starts to come through, as your body starts to open and starts to receive, you will begin to calm down. Your nervous system will start to calm down. The mind, the emotions will start to be soothed. You just keep breathing. Deep inhalations. Relaxing, releasing with the exhalation. And we're breathing into the fear, the contraction, receiving in, holding it, supporting it, soothing it. Relaxing, releasing, letting go with the exhalation. So we're inviting this reaction to start to release and soften and let go in its own time, letting go into this support that's here for you now. Surrendering into the great unknown of this beautiful support that's here. Starting to relax the body. Starting to relax the mind. Starting to balance the emotions. And if it works for you, you can use some affirmations. I am safe. I am supported. I am secure. I am safe. I am supported. I am secure. Breathing up into this base, into the perineum, in the sit bones, into the hips, into the legs. Breathing this in. Open to receive this new version of reality where you are supported, where you are safe, where you are secure. We're starting to build these new foundations, one moment at a time, one breath at a time, one day at a time, breathing in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We want to relax that pelvic floor, that pleasure center. Start to open to receive, and we start to being able to receive in and open in and breathe in and welcome in. That part of your body knows how to draw in that support. And we do this by relaxing. We do this by feeling safe. And you may wish to spend a little bit of time with the fear that it's arisen, your ego protection. Sometimes this part needs to be heard, needs to be acknowledged. So I like to ask this part questions. You might want to meditate on these questions, journal on these questions, or explore in other ways with these questions. Right? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Hearing those feelings, acknowledging those feelings, letting those feelings be okay, letting them be here, not escaping them, not trying to run away from them, suppress them. We honor and acknowledge. There's beautiful intelligence in every aspect of yourself. Giving that part of your voice, letting it be heard. Okay, I hear you. Totally get you're feeling that way. Breathing and being with this part of you. And giving yourself the time and space that you need, that this part needs to be heard. I'd like to ask this part of you when you're ready, what do you need? The part that's gone into contraction, protection, fear, anxiety, what do you need? What do you need to feel safe? What do you really need? We're going to listen, we're going to hear, we're going to acknowledge. What do you need to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel supported? Listening, hearing, acknowledging. And please write it down when you're ready. Maybe on an emotional level, maybe on a practical level, maybe both. Please write it down. Anything that comes through. We're here to honor those needs. Listen to those needs. Write them down so we can start to find ways to honor these needs. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for sharing with me what you need. This is an essential ingredient to be able to move forward. So we listen, hear, acknowledge, be with, hear what these needs are. Thank you. And so this part of you is learning to trust in your leadership, trust in your care, and start to relax. Start to relax. Let's breathe that in. So whatever is asked for, we want to start to receive it and welcome it in, whether that's available to you practically right now or not. We're going to start to say, yes, okay, I hear you, I acknowledge you. And you may want to ask, how can I put that into practice practically now? What's the next steps to honor these needs? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Gorgeous. So we're starting to now calm and balance your whole system. And there's more space now. We're creating more space. We want to hold this part until it calms down enough that we start to find this flow, find this current of creative wisdom. Finding this current of creative wisdom that comes through, that we access best from a place of relaxation, when we're feeling whole, complete enough, from a place of pleasure. And as the body starts to relax, we start to open up the pathways, the doorways to our creative potential. Tapping into that abundant wisdom, that wealthy, wise one within that can show you the way through this challenge, this contraction, and help you navigate, find the way. So calling on, welcoming that wealthy wisdom, your inner abundance, your wise one, a great leader within. Sometimes I like to call this part the CEO of your business, right? Maybe it's the strategist. It's going to come in and show you the way through. When you're calm, when you're clear, when you're collected. And I want to say it's in a space of kindness where you can be receptive. So thank you. So we're now going to start moving into the creative and generative space. Asking for guidance and support to show you the way through. So let's step back into what it is you're calling in, what it is you need. So for now, we can focus on an amount of money. Maybe you're calling in this month, this year, or as soon as possible. And again, not from that contracted, fearful place, but this is what I need. This is what I'm choosing, right? This is what I'm calling in. We start to step back into receptivity, to welcoming this money into your life, into your business, into your bank account. So we're calling it in. We're starting to move into that co-creative generative energy with this consciousness of money, right? And again, in a very similar process, we're learning to receive it, to welcoming it in, up in through the perineum, up in through the pelvic space, up through the body. We are open, we are receptive, we are receiving, we are taking it in, we're welcoming it in, breathing it in, calling it in. Your whole system is open and receptive to welcoming it in. We've released the fear, we've released the separation, we've released the contraction. It becomes an isness. So it simply is. Becoming one with this amount of money, ideally. So I'd like to ask your whole body, your whole nervous system, your whole energy system, who or what do you need to become to welcome this amount of money in now? What vibrational frequency do you need to become to welcome in this amount of money now? So we're asking your whole energy system, your nervous system, your mind, your emotions to align, to become this amount of money now. Every single cell in your body becoming the vibrational frequency of this amount of money now. Breathe in, welcome it in, become it now. Allow that to enter. And you can see or feel, imagine it's coming to the crown of your head if you prefer, down into the body. That we're open, we're receptive, we're welcoming it in. Your mind is receiving this amount of money. Your body is receiving this amount of money. You're open and receptive. Your whole system, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you perceive is open and receptive to welcoming this in. Aligning to this creative current. Thank you. We step into that vibration of gratitude, of receiving, of knowing it is done and it is here. Or releasing anywhere you've made separation between yourself and this money, and you're becoming one with this amount of money, but with yourself first and foremost, with all of life, co-creating, dancing with all of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we can call on that strategist, that CEO, that wise one. I'm going to ask and tune in for any aligned action. What aligned action are you being guided to take at this time? What aligned action do you need to take to welcome this amount of money into your life, into your business, into your bank account? What's that next best baby step? And listening and hearing and receiving, releasing any judgment, allowing it to be here, even if it's uncomfortable. So tuning in for the next best aligned action step that will bring you closer to this amount of money in this amount of money closer to you. Breathing it in. Let's listening. Let's listen. Let's hear. Let's receive. I'll give you a few moments to tune in, to strategize, to welcome in those ideas. And still keep breathing with any wobbles that might come up, any fears. Just keep holding those vulnerable parts as we land and ground this next level. You welcome it in. So writing down any insights, any awareness, any guidance. Making a note. I'd like to take a moment to honor you for being willing to dive into this process, staying with the process, moving through the discomfort of triggers, challenges, fears, anxieties, and stepping into, welcoming in, and embracing that next level of power, actually, that's here for you, of creation that's here for you, of prosperity that's here for you. We are opening up to new levels, which is very powerful, but not comfortable. So thank you. Deep honoring of you. Thanking all the beautiful energies that have been working with you, through you, for you. Making sure to write down that aligned action, and also those needs, those real needs that will really serve you in terms of receiving. Getting them written down, putting those into action that you can put into action. If some of those steps feel too far away or not available, or not ready yet, get them on your vision board. Just hold space for them, even if it takes a bit of time. And it's a reminder to keep coming back to this process. Anytime the fears arise, the contraction comes, the triggers happen, stepping back into that creative, generative space, being able to take aligned action to move yourself forward. Keep expanding. Releasing.